And we are recording. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Legacy Wealth Advantage webinar informational videos for new recruits such as yourself, whether you're a neophyte or the terminology of what we call somebody completely new to the industry and unlicensed, or an experienced agent, or just somebody that's licensed looking for an opportunity with our agency. I'm doing this video. I want to keep it down as much as possible. My goal is between 30 to 45 minutes, explaining who we are, what we do, how we help you become a successful final expense agent with our agency. I'm going to try to do all this in 45 to 30 minutes as quickly as possible with being very diligent, straight to the point, straight to the facts, because this is a hit you in your face one and bang, bang type of video. So we're going to get to it, people. Thank you. Thank you for coming aboard. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to the actual opportunity video. I apologize slightly, but unslightly at the same time. We don't have time to spend on the phone with non-licensed agents, specifically me as the agency owner. My name is Quentin Edwards. A lot of people call me Awesome Q because I am pretty awesome. I am the CEO, owner, manager, creator of Legacy Wealth Advantage Agency. We are a final expense agency. We do about 90% final expense with 10% of aggressive career expansion goals. The point of our agency is here it is right here. I'll need that in a second. The point of our agency is a career expansion opportunity. We are career builders pack. Our ideology of bringing you into the business is to have you crunch numbers by being a successful final expense agent. Nobody does anything unless you prove that successful track, field, and record with us. Where we can go from there is some very, very powerful things that I'll be getting into in quite a few minutes. And also, if you happen to be tuning in just to exclusively watch a opportunity as far as a wealth creation opportunity into the insurance world, welcome aboard. Legacy Wealth Advantage, baby. You see the gear, you see the logo, it can be yours one day. So this is an expansion opportunity. It's a partnership with my agency. We're looking for 1099 agents that want to be self-employed, self-empowered, entrepreneurs that control their time, freedom, energy, and efforts into building their own book of business, their own residuals, their own clientele. What we do, we're your resources for that. We're not your hand holders. We're not your go-getters for you. What we do is supply you all the resources between motivation, training, one-on-one coaching, leads, connections, networking. We do all that, but we don't do anything for you. So if you need to be pushed, this isn't your type of business. This definitely isn't your agency. So a small little background on me. Again, my name is Quentin Edwards. I'm from South Atlanta. I'm an ex-failed athlete, which is one of the reasons why I get into the business. I love telling my story because it's pretty relevant, right? So I am a failed athlete. I'm a guy that I don't know if I would have the blessings, the fortunes to play on the next level, but I do know for a fact that I should have played college football. I had offers. If anybody knows anything about football, I had Division 1A offers. That's the step down from the Alabamas to Georgias, etc. But hell, what I tell anybody is you get an offer anywhere, take it, go play, be happy, live the dream. Where I got into troubles were pride and ego. Had two big dogs named Cameron Sutton and Torian Ferguson. Actually, Cameron Sutton is still playing in the league to this date. He's a big dog, always was, and always was a great player and athlete. And those guys went big time, Vanderbilt and Tennessee. And here's little old me thinking I was supposed to go to Georgia, Tennessee, or Georgia Tech or somebody. And they flirted with me here and there, but they never came. So me trying to hold out, I lost my Division 1A offers to Tennessee Chattanooga, Tennessee State, just to name a few. And long story short, between trying to go chase the dream for about 2 or 3 years, I completely fell straight on my face, failed miserably, And that hurt a lot. And what that allowed me to do while going through that process for the next 3 to 4 years of my life, trying to figure out who I am, my identity, what am I going to do to be successful, two things came to mind. I can easily go coach and be satisfied, but how satisfied? That's what started scaring me, because I know I could have been what I say jokingly but seriously all the time is the next black Nick Saban. Nick Saban is a defensive mastermind. He's the head coach of Alabama. If you know anything again about football, you've heard of Alabama University. They're a pretty dominant powerhouse university. Ever since Nick Saban's been there, they've been pretty recognizable as far as a successful team for the last decade or so. My goal would have been to be the black Nick Saban. Nick Saban is a white man, and I would have been the mastermind defensive coach to lead whoever to whatever. But I didn't know, or I had doubts. And anytime you have doubts, they're there for a reason. I had self-doubts about the fact that I know it would have temporarily fulfilled me to be a football coach, but I don't know if it would have fulfilled me to be a man, father. The entrepreneur in me always would have came out woulda, shoulda, coulda, what if? Because everybody knows football or anything about life. You eat, breathe, and shit is what they say, just like military terms. Football all year round, especially in college. You're recruiting all year round. If you're not recruiting, you're in season. You get this much time with family time. Even people like the great Nick Saban, they get paid a lot of money, millions of dollars, but it's $3, $4, $5 million. That's little money in the aspect of what I think is big money and what I'm aiming to do and produce and want to do with that money to help change the world, et cetera, et cetera. So didn't choose coaching. It would have been the easy way out. So what I chose was the more scarier route, right? The more scarier option, which is to be an entrepreneur. So I set out on a goal to create a company, organization, an agency, an opportunity, or really opportunities. All of them start with this right here, an insurance agent. Insurance agents and insurance agency. We help people who feel immobilized, stuck, trapped, whatever terminology you want to use, anybody that can relate to me, for an example of knowing what it feels like to walk the earth without a purpose, which is short of pretty much depression. It's not a great feeling. I've been there, I've done that, and I wanted to help people in that same situation and in those same lower points in life. So that's why Legacy Wealth Advantage exists. That's who we are. That's what our motto is. That's who we're looking to help. Those who want to wake up, those who want to know what step to take. So if I say take that step because it's going to be successful, take that road, that path, you don't ask questions. You go do it. Those are the people we're looking for, which are essentially the 1%ers, the 5%ers, the 8%ers. I don't care what you call them. They're very rare individuals and entities to find. You may think you're that person. You're probably not. Sales is a numbers game. Life is a numbers game. And what I mean by that, even again, going back to every prime example I use is my identity of what I know. The process of how I think, the process of how I recruit and talk and sell. Everything's about numbers, right? Including what we say as humans to make us feel good, percentages. Only 5% of people that play football will even get a shot at making it to the league. Out of that 5%, only 2% will make it past the first 3 years in the football, et cetera. It's the same thing here in insurance. Only about a good 5% of the people we bring in will be extremely successful. What we are looking for and deem as extremely successful is a 6 to 8 figure producer and earner. And I'm not talking about in a year, I'm talking about just in a lifetime, specifically when you start getting that 7 to 8 figure side. The insurance industry is the leading producer of self-made millionaires. A lot of people get confused between real estate, financial services is what we're a part of. We're in part of the financial service industry. Financial and service industry is number one. And if you think about it, it's as simple as this. Real estate has a very high barrier of entry. If you don't have good credit, if you don't know anybody, if you're not going to raise the money, And I mean, it's just extremely risky for people taking those type of chances. And if you're just going to use cash, you got to have a lot of cash, which is one of the reasons I got into the industry as well. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm looking to do big things in life, such as getting into real estate. Barriers of entries are high. I know what I'm talking about. I want to do commercial real estate. That's my play. I need big money for that. So I got into the insurance business to not only teach and coach people to be successful, but because I know where the industry can take me as far as being successful. Excuse me, the allergies. No corona, people. I'm just playing with you. Allergies. So I got into the industry because I wanted to make money, lots of money, big money, as quickly as possible. I'm no special guy. I wasn't going to invent anything. I literally tried. I sat around for probably a good year of my life thinking what I was going to invent as far as the next Bill Gates, etc. Nothing came to mind. Wasted damn time. Out of all the things to do, sales was the only thing that kept popping up as far as like, God, what's that message, right? I'm a spiritual being, and I like to take signs as best I can. And the only thing that kept me thrown my way by audio books and books that I actually were sitting down to read as I started to transform my mind, body, spirit, and energy, sales. All the successful people that I was reading about, as far as Warren Buffett, Mark Cuban, Grant Cardone, Dan Pena, Robert Kiyosaki is really the first one I should have said. He's actually the first multi-millionaire book as far as Rich Dad Poor Dad that I've ever read, and it enlightened my life. It changed me. And changed my mindset, the way I think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, all of it came back to sales. And I changed my whole life around for sales. Still to this day, I am learning, absorbing, teaching, coaching, and applying, more importantly. I was the personality type that sucked at sales. I know my personality type. I bloomed into a better person because of sales, but I'm not a natural born salesman. I'm one of those guys that say, if I can do it, if I can learn, if I can put the work in, because I know based off my skill sets, my past, my personality, that I was going to have to put the extra work in, work hard, take out more leads, because I'm not as great as closer as the big dogs in this industry. Anybody I'm comparing myself to, I know that I got to work harder than them, because a lot of them are natural closers, meaning they have an unduplicatable process. It's just fucking natural salespeople. And you look at them and be like, man, you can sell at the snap of a finger. Why is that? It's natural to them. They grew up with that personality, and it's okay. We need to admit that, people. It's okay to admit that. It is what it is, right? So we were looking to create a duplicatable process, and we have it. And I'm a part of that duplicatable process to you. I'm no natural born salesman at all, by any means. And what I put together is something special for us here. So let's go ahead and move past the who I am. That's basically who I am. This is my dog Roxy. Move. Dogs. This is enough of who I am. Like I said, I want to keep this video down as much as possible. This thing actually doesn't tell me what time it is or anything, so I actually should have put a timer on. Let me go ahead and do that in the middle of the video. This is how you know this is real raw stuff. So I don't know. I've probably been going for about 10 minutes, and I'll put a timer on for 20 minutes to let me know that I got 10 more minutes, and I need to wrap it up from there. So that's who I am, people. That's what this is. Final Expense Agency. Looking to help you build a final expense book of business, your book of business, right? Your book of business. You kind of heard the why of why we do what we do. That's our mission statement. We understand what it was like to walk this earth without a purpose, and we don't want people to feel that way. We don't want people to feel left out. It's hard to find an opportunity in this world that's for you. Is this for you? Let's figure that out throughout this video before we even set up the part 2. If it's not, send me a text, send me an email. When I call you, just let me know before we start going at it. This probably isn't for me, right? And that's okay. It needs to be for you. You need to love something about the process. You don't actually have to love the process, is what I tell people. Let's be realistic about it. Love where the process can take you, or love the process. It's either or, right? Either or. So, Roxy, move. Why this is a great opportunity for you. Right place, right time, right system. So we have what we call a career agency program and builder package. What's significantly separating us from our competition is one, career expansion. Something exciting to say about that is we have a plan for everything. We don't just hope you become a 6 to 8 figure earner. You come in, you work your ass off for 3 to 5 years. We don't want you in the field forever. Nobody wants to be in the field forever unless you just love it. That's not everybody's goal and priority. And you'll understand what I'm talking about once you get truly deeply and dived into this. You come in, work your ass off for 3 to 5 years. What does that consist of? You coming in, treating it like what it is. You don't have somebody over your back. You don't have anything over your back other than rules, procedures, orders, and standards of quality of the agency. If you're not abiding by them, that's your boss, not me. I'm your partner, not your boss. I don't want to be your boss. I'm not looking to micromanage. If I need to, I'll fire you. I'm not here for that. I want people to understand that you still need to get up. Just because you're self-employed doesn't mean, and you can set your own schedule, doesn't mean don't go work your ass off, right? And as you can see, I'm a cusser. If you're not a cusser, I apologize up front. I take full responsibility for that. But it's plain and simple. The same 10 to 10 that you're doing, or 8 to whatever, or 5, 6, 10, 12-hour shift that you're doing, you take that same work ethic and you apply it to something that's going to take you to the next level. Nothing changes as far as that process here. The only difference is you make more money, you have more flexibility, you have no boss over you, nobody telling you what to do, but the same work ethic needs to be here. You need to be putting 8 to 10 or 12 hours in at least 3 to 4 days out the week of hitting the field hard. You don't sit at the table with the big dog agency owners, next steps, and all that stuff unless you can prove you can go out and build some type of book of business as far as selling at least $120,000 worth of annualized premium, at least, right? Once you do that, you can start feeling kind of good about yourself. But let that be known, compared to the above average people, that's nothing. But compared to the average people, that's something. And it's something to feel good about, trust me. But it shouldn't be your goal. So the system is, the system that we put in place for you is you come in, build a book of business as a final expense agency, work your ass off for the next 3 years if you do everything right. I mean, this is 175, 150,000 plus, really that 200,000 mark. That'll get you out the field as quickly as possible. If you want to move into an agency owner, we can have that conversation. If you're ready to pour into people, be a leader, we can have that conversation. Some people will be, some people won't. If you do everything wrong, but you're in that still 120, 150 mark, 5 years. If you do everything wrong, slow start, trying to still work a part-time job, but you're still hitting companies, procedures, rules, and etc. But you took the first 3 years chilling, just doing it part-time, whatever. 5 to 8 years instead of the 3 to 5 year mark. It'll be 5 to 8 years. After you do that, and it's time for us to sit down, because I either sit you down and say, what's next? Or you sit me down and say, what's next? Is we move you to an agency owner, which is management with me. We put pretty much all the same extra resources in places, but now you have a book, a game plan is what I call it. You open it up and study the game plan, football terminology, of what's going to take you to the next level as an agency owner. Still, all you really be doing is selling, but kind of less in the field. Will be applying and open you up for either maybe a telesales agency or putting a recruiting system in place for you that will always be systemized. You'll just literally be investing into it. And you just worry about pouring into your people as they come on board, and we start flipping them to you and training, and selling. Or we move you into more sophisticated products as far as annuities, ULs, the investment portfolio side of the financial service insurance business. or we can move you into the Medicare field as far as a Medicare agency. That is a very lucrative market. You're already in the market for it as far as free leads that come from it. Most people take health products to use that to get in the door to sell final expense products. We do the exact opposite, because once you establish that, which is why you need to have a good CRM system, which we've already got one for you, plus you'll invest into one on the side for yourself. You take those leads, and we have all type of ideas and strategies and contracts we can put in place to help you build another fundamental flow of income. Moving you in from final expense into either an extension of the Medicare, and Medicaid supplements industry is going to be a big shift in income. Specifically, if you go into Medicare full time and maybe you just let final expense go. Big shift, of a positive shift. So we have a lot of things we can evolve you to. It's an exciting career path there, but it all starts with final expense. You can't prove yourself there. You don't prove you don't earn your stripes. Also, what else we've systematized is the fact that we provide leads, people. Unlike all of our competition, we provide leads. These are high quality leads. These are fresh from the mail drop leads. What we provide are SEO leads, which are basically just internet leads. Somebody fills out one of our domain leads because either they popped up from SEO tag, life insurance, thinking about death, whatever, it pops up. They fill that card out, similar to a Facebook lead. It's just not on Facebook. It's from one of our domain names. We own over 2,000 domain names. These are certified SEO names. Not only about 5% or less of junk slips through that. We have them very down packed to where it goes through a triple check of certifications of who filled it out, why, where they live, the computer flagging stuff if it's not real, all that type of stuff. So people just like direct mailer leads, for example, which are maybe I got one right here. Yeah. This is a direct mailer lead. Let's see if I can show direct mailer lead of somebody actually filling it out, putting their signature, etc. This is a very real person did that, and when they see it too, it's like, yeah, I did do that, even though I can't remember. But more importantly, these are fresh SEO leads. We are going to provide you 60 to 80 a month. You must obviously maintain a certain production every month to stay on my lead system. More importantly, the lucrativeness that comes from it. If any of my competition says they're going to put you on a contract, I guarantee you it's going to be a 50 and below contract. I start all of my agents out on at minimum 70%. It depends on your experience, what you sold in the past, who you are, what you bring with you as far as the agency and not, and more importantly, your interview with me, your part 2 and your part 1. All of us impressionable. You just don't understand that I'm taking it all in. But all of my agents start on 70%. I've done all the numbers, all the numbers. I know you can't see it, of what it takes, if I put you on a 70%, 75, all the way up to what you would max out with me at a 90% contract of the most important expense taken care of leads. Final expense selling is all about leads. Now who takes out more leads makes more money. Point blank, period. Sales is a numbers game. Final expense is a numbers game. You need leads in front of you. And outside of our system, if you can't afford leads, which most people would make you get your license, tell you, and then finally be like, oh yeah, you need $500 to $1,000 a month to go get in front of people. Do you have that? You're going to say no. And guess what? You're screwed when you don't, because that's what it takes to get in front of people to make money. If you don't have that. And in this email that I sent you, that you sure already got because you're watching this video, go look at it. This is literally on this left side, because I know, because even with us providing you leads, we still expect you to take lead expenses out. They're very important business expense to your 1099 form to help with your taxes at the end of the year. Offset it. Between that and mileage, you want to take leads out. But again, we give you that number. Even if you take our leads and just go ball out with them and make hella money and make hella sales, that's cool, but don't stop there. Don't get content. Mainly because the goal is, yes, to make $3, $4, $5, $6,000 a month plus, really 10 should be your goal, but start with 5. Clear cash, $5,000 in cash. But remember, more money you make in our industry without any business expense to offset it, and you're not putting that money aside because you're not being responsible, taxes are going to brutally kill you at the end of the year. So career expansion, as far as what we can expand you to in an agency, is an exciting thing. The fact that we take care of leads and put you on a very lucrative contract, that should catch your attention right there. Obviously, we provide the one-on-one coaching, which would be with me or a manager. We provide the mailing system. We have direct mailer leads. We have a direct contract and contact with a mailing agency. It's safe to say that it's kind of our own. It's a close partnership. So between the internet leads, we have a Facebook leads that, first of all, internet leads are the only thing that's free to you if you earn them. If you want to take direct mail leads out, we got them. If you want to take Facebook leads out, we got them. That cost just depends on per the lead, such as Facebook leads would probably be anywhere between 15 to 20 bucks. Direct mail leads are anywhere between 22 to 30 bucks. So that's the exciting thing about that. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to train you. We've already got a training platform on Workplace teaching you how to close. I'm the closer teacher. Everything else is easy as far as what you have to learn with a sales process. As long as you're putting in the work and due diligence to learn how to sell, you'll be successful here. Because remember, I'm structured because I'm not a natural born salesperson. So everything I have to do has to be structured. And it's nothing hard about what we do, people. Trust me. Again, if I can do it, you can do it. But because I'm not a natural born salesperson, I have to be way more structured than the natural people. It's natural to them. And I know how to structurally teach people how to close. It's one thing if you know how to sell, which a lot of people naturally do. Not a lot of people not naturally close. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference? The difference is this. You don't start closing until you hear no, whether that's after you present and they tell you, let me think about it, which is an objection, which is basically a no, or in the beginning when they give you a door objection, is not now, let me think about it, I'm not interested anymore. But you convince them from that no, where the real negotiation begins, to let me come in and see what I can do for you, to let me get this done for you so we can get this peace of mind going. That's where a closer separates itself from a salesperson. That's what I teach people how to do. All right, so I'm trying to keep a good time management here. So I'm already on 6 minutes. I've already used up a lot of time. These videos can be pretty lengthy. So what we do in this industry and in our company to help most successful agents, it's just that simple. We provide a great system. It's duplicatable. It's very easy. You come in, you learn the product knowledge. We teach you how to underwrite and what that even means, right? You don't know what that means, specifically if you haven't done this before. We teach you what it is to be able to write a policy. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's difficult. I mean, it's a learning curve, just like anything else. But we're here for you. We'll hold your hand for the first pretty much 30 to 60 days, fully in detail. Like I said, everything's here. It's about how hard and deep you're going to dive into this stuff. To me, I was all about keeping things super simplistic. We represent top rated carriers from, we have 8 big dogs that we represent. And they are, our main shuffle is Oxford, American, American Immaculable, crazy name, American Immaculable of Texas. It just rolls off my tongue weird. We represent Prosperity, Mutual Omaha, Foster Royal, and Great Western, Liberty. Those are our main carriers. Why? Because any and every problem you run into as far as a health issue, we'll be able to, unless it's HIV or cancer, active cancer, be able to get somebody day one coverage 90% of the time. It's an awesome thing. And it's some of the most competitive prices on the market every single time. And so we don't have many carriers. Well, I have all the carriers in my back pocket, but you won't, because I wanted simple, stupid, simple, simplistic process. So we keep the carrier list short, very dynamic though, of great carriers with great prices, competitive prices, companies that have been around for some of them 100 plus years, most of them 80 plus years, and the rest of them 50 plus years. So it's easy follow in. It's pretty much what I call a plug and play system. You come in, you invest your time, energy, and effort, and then whether you really invest yourself into in the beginning like you should, go ahead and invest your money, which is you getting your license, you coming in and taking our free leads and then applying by buying leads from the get-go and going to hit as many houses as you can. Activity is the most simplistic thing to do and follow in this industry. Get in front of as many people as possible and become good at what you do until you can shrink down your numbers. Anything about success is about making the same amount of money by putting less amount of effort. It is possible, people, trust me. It's called becoming a better closer and salesperson. One way. Fundamentally, we have other ways as well. What we supply, like I said, is that easy plug and play system. Kind of what we do, we're a door-to-door philosophy business. We go out and we see families, right? We go out on a door-to-door philosophy and we see families and we help them discover what that peace of mind that they're looking for. Why did you fill out this card? Why did you fill out this benefit form? Why did you allow me to come into your home? Why are we talking today? What can I do for you? What problem are you looking to solve? And we help them. It's door to door. It's remote. If you don't like traveling, this probably won't be for you. If you don't want to do door to door, I can't help you. I don't mind training telesale agencies, but when it comes to 1099, the percentage falls real short, because if you're not basically in that work environment, which will be opening up a telesale center in the next 3 to 4 years, something on the list, something we're doing, we're getting the numbers up, we're getting ready for it. It's becoming real for me. I'm excited about it, but that's for W-2 people, because they need to be monitored. You need to be in that environment. It's very hard to sit at your house and be dominant, focused, tuned in to make those calls. So if you're not looking to go on the field for whatever reason, Corona crap, we'll get back to normal. Even if we don't, I tell people for the rest of the year, things won't be normal. If you're not comfortable, put your mask on, go to work, wash your hands. When you see some of the houses you go into anyway, if you don't feel comfortable going into them, don't go in them. Carry your gun with you, carry a mace, carry a taser, whatever. Nothing's bad has happened to anybody, fortunately for us. If it happens to happen to you, I apologize. There's nothing we can do. Keep your head on a swivel. And I'm talking mainly for the ladies, because we do have a lot of ladies that come and want to be a part of this opportunity. Ladies are dominating. They're here. They want to take over a male-dominated industry. But this is one of the things that hold ladies back. You try to do it on the phone. It doesn't matter if first of all, if you're a female, it's easier for you to succeed on the phone. It's just something about a woman's voice, et cetera, statistically, and it is true. People want to hear a female's voice versus a male's voice on the phone, but you need constant activity, specifically if you've never done this before. And constant activity means you need to get out in the field and get to it. I'm more comfortable wanting to breed field agents. That's not something you want to do. My system's not made for you. That doesn't mean you won't be successful here. You can give it a go. It's up to you. But my system's not made for you. I don't hire 1099 telesale agencies. That's my 20-minute mark. Put another 20 minutes on and I'm done after that. So our telesale, our field script and philosophy here is set up for field agents. That isn't you, I'm sorry. I can't help you. Send me the text, send me the email, tell me as soon as I call you for your part 2 that this isn't for you. Yes, I touched on sales. Sales is a numbers game. We know that for a fact. We're going to put as many numbers as we can in front of you to help you be successful and go out and hear as many no's as you can to hear yeses. more yeses you hear, the more money, well, excuse me, the more no's you hear gives you the opportunity to hear a few more yeses. Those few more yeses you hear, it means a few more dollars, baby. Um, Again, what we do provide you is the reliable lead system. We'll be able to maximize a 15 to 20 max leads weekly order coming from our direct mailer system. Um, Defining our process in a very simplistic way within the last 20 minutes that I do got here is um, every week, because I have a whole video set up in our, when you come on board, again, you'll be put in a sales platform. I'm going to do literally, not after this video, which is already one in there, but I'm doing another one. What our sales process is, something that has to be going over and over again. Our sales process is you taking out a minimum of 20 leads. Realistically, you need about 25 to 35 a week, but we'll say a minimum. If you can't take out, go see, or want to go see a minimum of 20 leads a week, you won't have a fighting chance in this business. You need 20 leads a week. And it doesn't matter what you take out, 20 leads, 30 leads, 40 leads, you need a minimum of 25% closing ratio out of those 20 leads. So if you do simple math with me, people, pull your calculator out, 20 times 25%, that's 5 leads. If you can't close 5 leads out of 20 leads, you're going to have a hard time in this industry. And why do I say that? It goes as simple as this. 5 leads either comes from the leads, a neighbor to the lead. Hey, I saw you outside, just want to come talk to you. Or, hey, this is what I do. We call it a triangle, left, right, behind them. Especially if you're in an apartment complex, go knock on doors. It's part of constant activity to this game. And then more importantly, when you sell somebody, I felt like I helped you out today, Miss Jones. Is there anything I can do for you to, a way you feel the fortune to write a name down for me? And so I can give your daughter a call. Who's on your heart that you know I need to give a call to go over some information with? I want to be able to help them, Miss Jones, like I helped you. Always, always, always ask for referrals. If the situation, the neighborhood is appropriate and suitable, always try to get a neighbor. Out of doing that and working our process diligently, you should be able to find 5 leads out of 20. And guess what? If you can't, again, sales is a numbers game. Let's say you only did 3 reasonably. Keep moving. Take the next 20 out, try to find 5 from there. Because guess what? You sold 3 leads from that, and you go sell 5 from the other ones, and they just might happen to be all 5 big policies instead of mediocre policies. Or out of that 5, you had 3 spouses. That means you sold a husband and a wife in that household. And then the other 2, they gave you a referral of 4 people, and you sold 1 each from those 4 sales people. Sales is momentum. Sales is numbers. So let's see. Rules and procedures. We're looking for the 1 percenters. You're not willing to come in, work your ass off. If you think this is something that you're going to do flexible, when you want, when you feel like, you can do it when you want, when you feel like. I don't care if you go to work 5 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as you're meeting our numbers, our qualifications, our standards, do whatever you want, how you feel like it. We compensate our top owners and producers, specifically if you're over a 6-figure mark, as far as annualized premium. Our carriers reward us agency owners. And I reward all of my manager agency owners, and more importantly, all of our top producers, whether that's everybody or a few people, which more than likely, which is what it will be. Everybody that's a 6-figure producer, you get a certain percentage of the pie as well. We call them end of the year bonuses. I feel happy and proud giving those out, because that can either be $200 or $2,000 for somebody, or for the big dogs, 200 plus thousand producers or $1 million agency owners, that can be $20,000, right? So we reward productive agents. All right, want to make sure I got everything down pack here. Again, touching over what we provide: leads, marketing for people that want to build an agency, email agency, coaching. Everybody needs coaching, including me. If you need coaching, if you need to have that one-on-one feel, who's offering that to you? Who's getting in the car with you? Who's even offered to get in the car with you? Who's even local to you? You're talking to people that are freaking in California trying to recruit you over here in Georgia or Florida or just somewhere not close to where they can come actually train you. Come on. We are offer top-rated carriers that pay out high commissions. We pay out the high commissions because we put you on. Well, we don't pay them out, but we put you on the percentages that are very lucrative to where you can easily should be earning anywhere between $4,000 to $6,000 a month. And if you really apply yourself and then start investing into basically doubling the leads that you get every month, so we give you free 60 and you investing into getting another 60, you should easily be making over $10,000 in clear cash a month. Clear cash. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're excited about to help you do. You get your residuals because you're building your own book of business. That's the whole point of getting into this business, by the way. Build you a book of business. The book of business comes from residuals, just works from the hard work you busted your butt off to do to get into the field. And then when those residuals checks start to hit, they look good, they feel good, they smell good, they taste good. Because you got to understand that could be a $500 check. Again, this is business that you went out and wrote, but you continue to get paid on as long as it stays on the books. Your job as a great insurance agent is to go write great quality business and get paid on that business, get paid that money for as long as that person lives. You have very prominent, good clients out here that will stay on your books for 15, 20 years because it's important to them. And if it's not important to them, this is why you call them every year, to stay on their mind, stay relevant, tell them why it's important. Even when things get hard, things come up, it's a bad month. Hey, Miss Jones, what's going on? We can keep this policy in place. How you plan on catching it up? You give great presentations, so it always stays relevant to them. So they're thinking about the fact that when they do die, their plans are taken care of. They're not going to worry about it. Looking for good business. You got to understand, we get a lump sum of money up front and it looks good. I wouldn't lie to you. But what looks even better is the lump sum of money that comes on the back end. Get into the business to build the wealth of the residuals, whether that's the Medicare business or the final expense business. And 11 minutes left. What I want to close off with as far as closing remarks is a couple of things. Our goal is to help you grow personally, spiritually, mentally on a different level of wanting to be a high six-figure producer at very minimum, realistically a seven-figure producer, and my goal is to coach a few 11-figure producers. Realistic numbers is I want 11 8-figure producers, 55 seven-figure producers, and 300 six-figure producers before I leave the industry. As far as being able to touch indirectly and directly between my agencies, my agency owners, and people like yourself who may be looking to just get in the industry, find something that's for them, and figure it out, and then just knock the bolts and screws out loose until you get it. This isn't an industry for everybody, but it can be an industry for you as long as you're willing to come in, commit, learn, want to go to the next level. Financial service business isn't going anywhere. People are always going to need health. In this crazy economy living in the United States, people are always going to need health, and they're always looking for something affordable. People are always going to need life insurance. Always. People always get sick, and people will always die. I will die one day, and so will you. We have a recession-proof business. Recession or not, people are still buying insurance. Maybe a little less, maybe a little different, but people are still buying insurance. Whether you're looking to do this on the side because you can't trust yourself to take that mental, physical, spiritual jump yet, it's okay. We'll help you. We'll hold your hand. We'll baby you, but we don't hire part-time work. So unless you're coming in to do this full-time on part-time basis, it isn't going to work for you, and we don't want you. Don't come back. Don't just call me, text me respectably and say it isn't for me. I will help you do this part-time for a good 6 months, but really helping you do it full-time, not play. And I want to see real effort from you. I don't want to see play effort. Oh, I worked my ass off 60 hours this week. I don't know how. I don't feel like it. I don't want to hear that. Nobody's working harder than me. Nobody does more than me. So I don't care. I don't want to hear it. This is what you chose. If you want to do it part-time, let's do it. My goal is to get you to see the money, smell the money, and be a big, I'm trying to minimize the cussing. The Japanese have gotten me excited. I've heard a Japanese say this, plus Dan Pena. If you haven't looked him up, look him up. He's a guy that's coached many billionaires, and he's a multi-millionaire himself. That's coached billion and multi-millionaires and millionaires repeatedly. He's a high, intense, personal coach. And he said, we're looking for big hitters. And the only way we produce big hitters is people that want to go out and change lives. Importantly, get into the business to help people. My personal reason can be as personal as anybody else. I've been there. I understand what it's like to bury people without money. I've seen it. I've done it. I've heard the stories getting into the business. There's thousands of stories in my head of this person should have did this. We should have did that. It's sad. Sad to see people not have a great plan and hear them relay it out. But it's, hard lesson to learn. And then 2, make money. Don't live check to check, feed your family, take care of your dreams and goals, and go to the next level, right? So this works for you if you come in, you work your ass off, and you're excited about being hungry to get to the next level. You're excited about being hungry and being around big hitters making money. We have 6-figure earners in our agency. I'm sorry, I have no 6-figure earners in my agency yet, besides myself. But me saying this may be outdated by the time you actually see it. To this day, we are still a small agency with big resources and connections around me. As you can see, I've hooked up with some powerful people around me, some powerful connections, and I don't sit you at the table with those people until you prove yourself. I'm hanging around big producers, big ballers, and I want you to be too. I am looking for my first 6-figure producer. We've had people come and go. We've had people want to get close. We've had people dabble with the opportunity. We don't need that to be you. This is something you're really serious about. I want to coach you to the next level because I got a lot of work to do. 6-figure producers is my goal. We, again, we're a young agency. Like I said, by the time you watch this video, I don't know what will be. So you might just mind that. I was trying to avoid saying stuff like that because I know we're going to be using this video for a lot of resources, but hell, I said it. It is what it is. So by the time you watch that and you want to confirm that with me on our part 2, be happy to tell you where we're at because I'm a very transparent guy. I'm looking for 6-figure producers. And you don't just get there by blinking. Specifically, if you've never been there before in your life, whether you're 20, 30, 40, the older you get, the harder it gets to reprogram you. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. As long as you're willing to be reprogrammed to become a 6-figure producer, to develop into a 7-figure producer, it's possible, people. It's possible. I really want to thank you for listening. That's really all my time I'm going to soak up for you today. I know I'm probably like 45 minutes, an hour into the video. I've told you all I can. I've told you all I will. The opportunity is for you if our goals matches yours, if our vision matches yours, if our energy matches yours. I've told you what I'm looking for. I told you what I'm bringing to the table. I told you who I am. You've got enough information to make a decision. I'm looking to hear back from you, or more importantly, when I call you, just figure out what we can and can't do for you. That very due diligent business decision that we're going to talk about. Is this for your family? Is this for your future? Is this for your career? Does the work ethic match you? Are you willing to work your ass off for 3 to 5 years, at least, at very minimum, to get to a 6-figure producer mark and then evolve and evaluate from there? Freedom comes with work. Freedom comes with dreams, not somebody that wants to get self-employed and think they just can chill. No self-employed real business owner or contractor is chilling just because they want to self-employed. Now, you just feel good knowing that you can go to work when you feel like it and when you can. That's pretty much the only thing that comes with it, to be honest with you. Been doing this long enough to be able to say that. So thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Legacy Wealth Advantage Wealth Creation video. Thank you for listening. Hope to have you on board. If so, if you're excited about it, text me, email me, let me know that you were, and I'll be excited with you. And we can get this thing rolling. The only thing after this is to get your license, because we're not entertaining anybody on a temporary license. If you're already licensed, all we need to do is get you going. Most people that's watching this video are unlicensed. Got to get licensed. Got to take the pre-course, take the test. Once you get past those two big dogs, you're off to the races. The only thing you need from there is to pay for your actual state exam, depending on whatever state you're in while watching this video, and your fingerprint. After that, we take care of everything else as far as your contracting, the process. I start putting you in our share file, and you start seeing the product knowledge. And more importantly, I'll start putting you in the sales training videos. We will set an appointment from there to get in a car with each other so you can shadow me or our actual manager to see how the process works before while everything's pending for your license to come back. We want to get you going as soon as possible. My goal is to help you see the process, make money, smell the blood is what I like to call it. See the kill, smell the blood. Once you do that, you get addicted. You get addicted. I'm just playing with you. Really though, that's all I got for you. Y'all be easy. Peace.